All right. Hi, everyone who's here.
Hi.
Hi.
Let's see who's here. Let us know what your names are and where you are from. Oh, Alice is here. Here she is. Alice.
Hi, Alice.
Say hi, Miss Tina. Hi, Hannah. Say
She
hi.
has her little cake pajamas on.
Alice has on her shrimp pajamas in theme of our Cajun book reading today. Okay, let's see. The comments are going to start coming in.
Okay.
All right, so to get started, hey, Christina's here. That is Miss Tina's daughter and grandkids. Hey, Christina.
That's
awesome. Amelia and Mandeville. Hey, Mills.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome, everyone. So my name is Miss Chelsea. I'm the owner of the Little Gems in Lafayette, Louisiana, and Covington, Louisiana. We are so excited to have Louisiana author Tina Hebert here with her author Hannah Credeur. She's a graphic designer and a beautiful illustrator. You get to see all of her work here today. I'm going to pass it over to Hannah. Hannah, tell us a little bit about how you got involved with rebuilding the Cajun way.
Hi, so I'm Hannah. I met Miss Tina through an old boss of mine, and we connected around the time of the flood in 2016. Shortly after the flood, we decided to start working together to come up with illustrations for this story that she came up with. And we've been working together for probably about 2 years on this book throughout school and between my other jobs to get this done. And it's been a great process.
Awesome! Awesome! I love it, Hannah. Thank you. Tell the boys and girls about what is going to be at the end of our reading.
Yeah, so at the end of the story, stay tuned. We're gonna have a little surprise where we want to invite you to play along with us and share some inspirations with us.
I love it. Well, thank you, Hannah. You did the illustrations are just beautiful. We really enjoy them, and I know there's something special for you and Miss Tina, so we really appreciate them for sure. You made her, everything comes to life for her. So I think that's so awesome, and you're super talented. That's not a talent I have.
The minute I met Hannah, she was the illustrator for me. Her art is so sweet, and it just depicted the story lovely.
I love it. I love it. Alice has on, like I said earlier, she has on her shrimp jammies. Yay!
Hey, hi! She's getting used to this.
Hi, Alice.
Can you blow a kiss?
Can you blow a kiss? Say, oh, I love you.
Oh, yeah. She's adorable.
I love it. Oh, Miss Tina, James, and Annabelle say hello.
Hi, James and Annabelle. I love y'all.
Oh, I bet you do. Yay! And Alice also wants to show off. She has her armadillo that her godmother Sarah got her. All of her animals. She has a hedgehog. Two
little Cajun goodies.
Yes, our bunny from Auntie Mary, Rara. Hey, Mason in Arizona. Hey, Memsy. And then also little gym mom, Megan Rios, she crocheted and made Alice. This is amazing.
So sweet.
Moose is so cute. We didn't know if Alice was going to be a boy or a girl, so we needed to add a bow to this. All right, guys. So Miss Tina is going to get started. Miss Tina, take it away.
Well, hi, everyone, and welcome. Hopefully by now everyone is seated in front of the screen in their PJs and maybe fed and bathed, and if not, that's okay too. We welcome you to join us for this wonderful little story that really, in a way, can be related to with what we're going through today in this time in history. Many little children right now can't go to school or can't go to their extracurricular activities like dancing or soccer or baseball. And things have kind of come to a little bit of a standstill. But it just gives us such an opportunity to share love with our families and maybe even get creative and draw and write and do special little things that we might not otherwise do if we didn't have much time like we do now. In this story, this is a story that was staged in Acadiana. And Acadiana is where we all live. It's a place in South Louisiana where we just really love celebrations and we love good food and we love our habitat and our people. And so that's why we can really relate whenever something just puts a little kink in our plans and we might not be able to do what we want to do. So in this story, there's three little characters who are really challenged. They're excited to have a very big plan, for a party, and something comes along to mess up their plans, just like what we're going through now. So they have to be patient, they have to cooperate, they have to learn new ways of amusing themselves and taking care of things until it's time for everything to be better. So I want you to really pay attention to the little characters and how they evolve. Like they start out like being disappointed and maybe impatient, but then as the story goes along, they learn how to be patient, how to come together, how to trust, and how to really find faith, hope, and love, which is what this story is about. So before we get started though, there are some terms that a lot of the people in Acadiana use that you may not recognize. So we're going to go through these very simply. And even if you are in Acadiana, you may not know some of these words. But so tonight, before we start, I'll give you a little definition of some of the words that you're going to hear in this story. So the first word we mentioned, and it's Cajun. And Cajun is people who live in Acadiana. The second word, sorry, I dropped it. The second word is Fay-Do-Do. A Fay-Do-Do is simply a party that Cajuns have in Acadiana. Bayou. A bayou is a body of water that you'll find in Acadiana. It's murky waters that the Cajuns like to travel on, fish in, and some of them live along the bayou. And in the bayou, Cajuns ride in pirogues. A pirogue is basically a little canoe that goes along the bayou. Gumbo. Many of you know that word. Gumbo is a very delicious meal that's sort of like a soup, and it has just a bunch of things in it that make it really good. These are called jambalaya and etouffee, and they are rice dishes that you'll find in Acadiana, usually spicy. Pralines are sort of like fudge, and they're made with pecans and milk and butter, and they're just oh so yummy and sweet. Beignets. Beignets are sort of like a donut. It's a puff pastry, and you sprinkle powdered sugar on top. That's that yummy white stuff. Very sweet. Two things that you're going to hear the characters call each other that's really not their name are sort of what we call pet names. So this first word is Podna, and Podna is just another word for buddy. Another word you're going to hear is chat. Oh, we say that word a lot in Acadiana. We're going to say it like chat, but it's cher, which is French for deer. And this word is called joie de vivre. And joie de vivre is just simply joy of life, which is what Cajuns love. And as I told you, this is a little story about faith, hope, and love. So we are going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to see how the little characters rebuild. Ready, everyone? Okay, here we go. Hannah is going to hold up the pictures in the story as I read. So follow along, especially if you have a book at home. Get your book out. Okay. Way down south where the bayous flow, three little Cajuns planned a Fay-Do-Do. Yvonne put herself in charge of the planning and all. That's the little pig. She made a list, gave out orders, and lined things along the wall. Jacques was a laid-back fella who just liked Yvonne's food. He volunteered to help and promised he would be good. T. Lou was a believer who worked hard and was smart. He took care of everyone because he had a big heart. And we'll both show you the pages. Here you go. Okay. Once the decorations were hung, it was quite a big deal. Their friends would be coming with their favorite Cajun meal. And there they are, hanging the decorations and getting everything ready for the party. The P-row was iced down with soft drinks at the break of day, and they hired their favorite band so they could dance the day away. Look at those beautiful illustrations. And the ice is in the P-row. Gumbo was brewing with a homemade roux, and there was jambalaya, crawfish pie, and étouffée too. Mabel brought pralines in a pretty blue tin can, and Claude had beignets from his papa's sister Anne. The time was drawing near for the party to begin when Irene rushed over, all panicked, with the news from Cousin Glenn. There's a storm in the Gulf, and there's going to be a lot of rain. Yvonne jumped up and screamed and began to go insane. She's just getting all worked up. Jacques couldn't care less and kept his mouth shut, while Lou said, "Calm down, Shy. You getting all worked up. The rain won't start to fall till our friends have come and gone. Now, take you a deep breath and put your boots back on." She got herself in a tizzy. They waited for more friends but no one dared to show. The rain began to fall and the wind began to blow. Suddenly, T. Lou sensed it was not safe to stay. So he said, "Come on, y'all, we better call it a day." They had sadness in their hearts, and although it was tough, they got the truck, hitched the boat, and loaded all their stuff. This was not the way things were supposed to be, but they figured there was a reason, so they tried to let it be. They traveled to Yvonne's house, made of stalks of sugar cane, but she cried when she noticed some were floating in the rain. Lou urged, "Come with me, Beb, case the water gets worse." So she picked up her belongings and threw them in her purse. Look at that. Look at her putting her belongings in her purse. Okay. The next stop was the place Jacques called home, made of Spanish moss and mud and a little styrofoam. To their surprise, the foundation was gone. His things nowhere in sight. Poor Jacques mumbled, "Meh, where I'm gonna sleep tonight?" "Follow me, partner," said Lou. And they all went down the road to Lou's house, made of cypress with strong windows that were old. Because T. Lou was smart, he built his home on a hill and had it stocked with food and water and candles on the sill. We're going to both show you this picture because look how beautiful T. Lou's house is. He really planned well. After unloading their things, there was more work to do because there's no such thing as lazy when you hang out with Tilou. Yvonne and Jacques helped by putting sandbags all around, while Tilou secured and lifted everything to higher ground. And at dusk, boys and girls, the candles were lit as they prayed a little prayer that their friends could all stay safe in their homes everywhere. You see them in their PJs just like you. Look, let's see. There we go. It was a long, scary night. Everyone slept high off the floor. No one dared go near the windows or even near the door. When they awakened the next morning, a mess was what they found. Branches, logs, and neighbors' things had floated all around. They learned some were not as dry who lived across the town, so they jumped inside the pirogue and rescued those they found. They sought shelter for those in need and helped as many as they could, cooking, cleaning. Even Jacques did all that he could. It made their hearts feel so warm to give more than to receive, and every good deed helped the others to believe. After hard work and time, healing came to the community. Oh, what joy spread along the bayou and in the trees. Together they rebuilt, and things were even better than before. They learned more about one another and valued each other more. Look at that, how beautiful. Hannah's showing you. Look at how the little animals are, they just look so at peace, and they're just so happy, and they're getting along, and they learned so much about each other during this difficult time. So good things can come from challenges that we face, right? Okay, so this is the best part of the book, and it's at the end, and there's a lot to see. So the day finally came to have their huge fado-do. And since Cajuns love a party, they let everybody know. The band played all day long with the lead singer Joe singing jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. They all danced and passed a good time with such joie de vivre, and with faith, hope, and love. They all lived happily. And boys and girls, what are they doing here? They're all together. They're touching, they're sharing, they're laughing, and they're having a great time. And you know what? That's what we are all going to do too. I hope you liked this story.
We can't wait for the fado-do after all this is over.
Yes.
So, Miss Tina, I have a question. Who's Gabriel and Evangeline? Or Evangeline?
Oh, well, I know that some people know the story of Gabriel and Evangeline. So on the tree, Hannah didn't miss a beat. She put everything in there. Hannah, would you like hold up the tree that we're talking about, that she's asking about? See, in the corner right here, there's a carving that says Gabriel. Does it say Gabriel loves Evangeline?
Mhm.
Yes. So Gabriel and Evangeline are part of a story about two people who loved each other, and they left France and they migrated to Louisiana. And the story is that they loved each other and they were separated. And later on in time, they found one another. So that's how it's going to be for us, right? The people that we love, that we seem to have lost, but we really have not, or somewhere else. And in time, when everybody gets better and the world heals, then we'll all be able to come back together and it'll be just like Gabriel and Evangeline. We'll have a great reunion.
I think so too. Yes, Miss Tina. And I have one more question about what's on the P-row.
Okay, so on the P-row, you will find some words. And I do hope you get to buy this book and you'll get to hold it in your hand.
I did post that. I posted a link to it because it's our favorite book.
Oh, thank you so much, Chelsea. So on the boat that they're rescuing their friends in. This is a great scene, Hannah. I'm glad you chose that one. Okay, so it says stand firm. James 1:12. This is a scripture that talks about how we will be rewarded in the end if we persevere. And I know that's a big word for you guys and girls, but it basically means to have courage, stay strong, cooperate, believe. And if you stay strong, the strength that you have will be your vessel to get you from hopelessness to hope. So that's why we chose to put it on the boat, because the little boat is what helped everybody to get from a place that they didn't want to be to a place where they wanted to be.
Awesome. That's perfect.
And did you like the story?
I loved it. I did. We read it all the time.
Oh, good.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Tina. Hannah, did you want to tell them
Thank
about
you.
what you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, definitely. So we want to know what your favorite part of the story was, and we want to know what inspired you from Miss Tina's book. So if you'll go ahead and draw your favorite picture of anything that inspired you after listening to the story, have your mom and dad take a picture of it, and have them post that on Miss Tina's artist author page, Tina Hebert, author artist on Facebook.
Yeah.
And maybe also you can tell your mom or dad what your favorite part of the story was, and they can include that in the comments as well. And Miss Tina's going to choose one lucky winner to win a copy of Rebuilding the Cage Away.
That's so fun. And you know what? We'll also we'll contribute to that as well for a $30 gift certificate to the Little Gym. How does that
sound? Great.
That would be fun. And for all of our listeners who are members or on our email list, I did send out a beautiful copy of Hannah's coloring sheet. So you guys can color. It should be in your email. If you didn't get it, feel free to shoot me a message and I'll send it over to you.
Great.
Oh, James liked the party the most. I think he likes the fake.
Oh, I could see that, James.
Yeah, James likes to dance.
Yes, he does. He likes to have fun.
I love it. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. A special thanks to Miss Tina and Hannah. And I'm going to post a recording of this for you guys to share with all of your friends and loved ones.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Stay, stay strong.
Yes, stay strong. So important. Good night.
Good
Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.